The Farragut houses are an iconic apartment block built in 1952 and in need of refurbishing and improvement that are long overdue. We propose a project that includes renovations, alterations, and additions to the existing apartment building structure in hopes of benefiting the community through the improvement of layout materials and systems, increasing the number of floors and apartments, and designing a diagrid structure supporting a newly formed facade and floor plate. Addressing the existing structure, the work we propose to do includes changing the building footprint minimally, allowing for the preservation of as much open, undeveloped space, a rare amenity in the city, as possible. The creation of 1 to 3 floors of lobby, commercial, and workspaces that may be rentable, reservable, or free to use on the ground floors. Some of the original brick may be kept in memory of the history of the previous Farragut houses at these ground floors before transitioning, through a disintegrating effect, into a cladding of metal or ceramic panels of a dark brown or grayscale coloration. Concerning the apartment floors and units, we sought to increase livable area by extending the floor plate in the space between the 5 extrusions extending from the central core, and adding terraced area extending from the corner rooms of the faces of those extrusions. This provided for additional living and dining space, as well as more potential options for interior layout. At these additions, there would also be significant facade change and replacement, with walls containing windows maximally sized and fitted with customizably operable sliding windows that can open these rooms fully to the outside air. A similar treatment may be applied to the newly designed terrace area, or it may have a trimmed ceiling that leaves the deck below open to the sky above. There is also the potential for a second set of more insulating, sliding, or folding doors separating the space behind these windows, which could be made less insulating from the rest of the interior area. The apartments would be generally organized for different occupant types, such as families, couples, and studios, as well as the plethora of other family organizations across the increasing spectrum of social relationship. This is interpreted by having 2-bedroom and 1-bedroom apartments, as well as potential duplexes and double-height spaces. The lowest floors have the most floor space, and terrace space is decreased as you move up the original structure and the diagrid comes closer to the apartments. At the top of the existing, at the transition to the newly added structure, is an open-air space with amenities for the residents to use. The existing building and apartments therein are supported by columns organized similarly to the original layout, and the floor plates in the new structure above are supported by cables held up by and coming down from the top of the diagrid. The floor plates of these new apartments consist of 3 sides of the originally 5-sided layout, organized in a Y shape with 2 extrusions next to each other and 1 opposite, with gaps on either side in between. These floors rotate their orientation 1 step of the pentagon at a time as you move from floor to floor. This results in single and double height spaces between these floors to be available to residents, and which in turn create a more porous canopy above the apartment floors below, allowing greater penetration of light and circulation of air. The diagrid cocooning and supporting this structure may also have panels between its members that could be operable, with the ability to open and close, and contain informative sensors or other attached equipment such as lighting or hydroponics. We hope to create a habitat that not only people but plants and animals may also inhabit. Community gardens, horizontal or vertical, can be located around the structure at the base or within the structure in areas such as the transition between structures or the double height spaces in between floors of the added structure. Flora can also be planted in these locations, as well as potentially on the diagrid or facade of the structure. In support of local wildlife, birdhouses or designated areas for roosts could be placed in these areas as well. Through these minimal yet important improvements, we hope to propose a project that is both more affordable and more desirable than its predecessor. My name is Alex, and my partner is Jay, and we thank you for listening.